Question 1. What does this road sign mean? Option A. No vehicles over height shown. Option B. No vehicles or combination over length shown. Option C. No vehicles over width shown. Option D. No vehicles over gross weight shown. Correct answer is option C. No vehicles over width shown. A red regulatory circle dictates a strict prohibition. When black arrows point horizontally toward numbers inside the circle, it indicates the maximum legal width permitted to pass beyond that point, usually due to a narrow bridge or street. Question 2. On a 3-lane dual carriageway, what can the right-hand lane be legally used for? Option A. Overtaking only, you must never turn right from this lane. Option B. Overtaking or turning right. Option C. Fast-moving traffic only. Option D. Turning right only, you must never overtake from this lane. Correct answer is option B. Overtaking or turning right. On a multi-lane dual carriageway, the right-hand lane is primarily used for overtaking slower traffic. However, if there are breaks in the central reservation allowing for right-hand turns, you must also utilise the right-hand lane to position your vehicle safely before turning. Question 3. You are driving at night and another vehicle begins to overtake you. When should you dip your high beam headlights? Option A. Well before the overtaking vehicle completely passes you. Option B. As soon as the overtaking vehicle completely passes you. Option C. Well after the overtaking vehicle has passed you. Option D. Only if the other car flashes its lights to signal you. Correct answer is option A. Well before the overtaking vehicle completely passes you. As soon as an overtaking vehicle draws parallel or moves in front of you, your high beam headlights will dazzle the driver through their rear view and side mirrors. You must drop your lights to dipped beam early in the manoeuvre to protect their vision. Question 4. What does this road sign mean? Option A. Maximum speed limit. Option B. National speed limit applies. Option C. Minimum speed limit. Option D. Recommended speed for heavy vehicles. Correct answer is option C. Minimum speed limit. A blue circle with white numbers establishes a mandatory minimum speed limit. You must drive at least at this speed unless traffic or safety conditions make it impossible. The restriction ends when you pass a similar sign with a red diagonal line through it. Question 5. When bringing your vehicle to a stop under normal driving conditions, how should you apply the foot brake? Option A. Progressively at first, then activate the cadence braking system. Option B. Progressively and smoothly, easing off the brake just as the car comes to rest. Option C. lightly at first, then increasing the pressure firmly until the vehicle is stationary. Option D. Lightly at first, then increasing the pressure continuously as the car comes to rest. Correct answer is option B. Progressively and smoothly, easing off the brake just as the car comes to rest. To achieve a smooth, safe stop, you should apply pressure to the brake pedal progressively. Just before the wheels completely stop rotating and the car comes to a final rest, slightly ease off the pedal. This prevents a sudden, jarring jolt and keeps the stop comfortable. Question 6. You intend to turn left from a main road into a minor road. On your approach, how should you position your vehicle? Option A. Keep just to the left of the middle of the road. Option B. Keep positioned directly in the middle of the road lane. Option C. Swing out wide to the right just before initiating the turn. Option D. Keep well to the left-hand side of the road. Correct answer is option D. Keep well to the left-hand side of the road. Keeping well to the left prevents other vehicles from trying to overtake you on the inside. It also signals your intentions clearly to following traffic and shortens your turning arc. Avoid swinging out wide to the right, as this can confuse drivers behind you. Question 7. What does this road sign mean? Option A. Bend to the right. Option B. Double bend first to the right. Option C. Keep right. Option D. Sharp deviation of route to the right. Correct answer is option A. Bend to the right. This sign warns of a single sharp bend ahead, curving toward the right. Drivers should check their mirrors, slow down progressively before entering the curve, and accelerate smoothly as they emerge. Question 8. You are parked in a busy high street and need to travel in the opposite direction. What is the safest way to turn your vehicle around? Option A. Find a quiet side road to turn around in safely. Option B. Drive into a side road and reverse blindly into the main road. Option C. Get a passenger or pedestrian to stop the oncoming traffic. Option D. Attempt a quick U-turn across the busy high street. Correct answer is option A. Find a quiet side road to turn around in safely. Making U-turns or reversing into a busy main road is highly dangerous and disrupts the flow of traffic. The safest option is to drive clear of the congestion, locate a quiet, clear side road, and safely execute a turn there before rejoining the main route. Question 9. When parking a vehicle equipped with an automatic transmission on a steep hill, what gear selector position should you choose alongside engaging the handbrake? Option A, D, drive. Option B, R, reverse. Option C, P, park. Option D, N, neutral. Correct answer is option C, P, park. Selecting P, park, mechanically locks the transmission's output shaft inside the gearbox, making it physically impossible for the driven wheels to turn. This acts as a vital secondary safety backup in case the mechanical handbrake slips or fails on a steep incline. Question 10. What does this road sign mean? Option A. Give priority to vehicles from the opposite direction. Option B. Traffic has priority over vehicles coming from the opposite direction. Option C. Two-way traffic ahead. Option D. No overtaking allowed. Correct answer is option B. Traffic has priority over vehicles coming from the opposite direction. A blue rectangular sign gives positive instructions. The large white arrow pointing in your direction indicates that you have absolute priority over oncoming vehicles through a narrow stretch of road or a single-lane bridge. Question 11. When must you switch on your dipped headlights during the daytime? Option A. All the time, regardless of weather conditions. Option B. Only when driving along exceptionally narrow streets. Option C. When visibility becomes seriously poor or reduced. Option D. When parking your vehicle along the side of a road. Correct answer is option C. When visibility becomes seriously poor or reduced. Highway Code Rule: 226 states you must use headlights when visibility is seriously reduced, generally to 100 metres, 328 feet or less. This includes conditions like heavy rain, thick mist, or falling snow, so that other road users can easily see your vehicle. Question 12. Your motor insurance policy has a stated compulsory excess of £100. What does this mean in the event of a claim? Option A. You will be paid a £100 bonus if you do not have an accident. Option B. The insurance company will cover the first £100 of any claim made. Option C. Your vehicle is only insured up to a value of £100 if it is stolen. Option D. You will have to pay the first £100 of any claim you make. Correct answer is option D. You will have to pay the first £100 of any claim you make. An excess is the agreed amount of money you must pay out of your own pocket toward any repair or accident claim before your insurance provider pays the remaining balance. If a claim totals £500, you pay £100 and the insurer covers £400. Question 13. What does this road sign mean? Option A. No motor vehicles allowed. Option B. No overtaking allowed. Option C. National speed limit applies. Option D. No parking or waiting allowed. Correct answer is option B. No overtaking allowed. This sign means you must not overtake any moving motor vehicle on this stretch of road, even if you think the road ahead is completely clear. The restriction remains in place until you pass a sign indicating the restriction has ended, such as a National Speed Limit Applies sign or a sign explicitly displaying an end to the prohibition. Question 14. what does a solid, continuous white line marked along the edge of a road indicate? Option A, it shows the outer edge of the running carriageway. Option B, it warns you of an immediate approach to a serious hazard. Option C, it means parking is strictly prohibited at any time. Option D, it means overtaking is strictly prohibited along this stretch. Correct answer is option A, it shows the outer edge of the running carriageway. This line is known as the edge of carriageway marking. It outlines the boundary of the drivable road surface, which is particularly useful for helping drivers stay on course during heavy rain, thick fog, or when driving on unlit rural routes at night. Question 15. When are you legally permitted to enter and wait inside a yellow box junction? Option A, when you are temporarily stationary in a moving queue of traffic. Option B, when you are approaching a pelican crossing with pedestrians waiting. Option C, when you are approaching a zebra crossing near an intersection. Option D, when oncoming traffic prevents you from completing a right-hand turn. Correct answer is option D, when oncoming traffic prevents you from completing a right-hand turn. Highway Code Rule 174 states, you must not enter a box junction unless your exit road is completely clear. The only legal exception is if you wish to turn right and your exit is clear, but you are blocked from turning by oncoming traffic or other right-turning vehicles. Question 16. What does this road sign mean? Option A, slippery road. Option B, risk of ice. Option C, falling rocks. Option D, uneven road surface ahead. Correct answer is option B, risk of ice. This sign warns drivers that the road ahead is prone to ice or frost formation. It features a standard red warning triangle with a skidding car symbol and a small snowflake icon beneath it or integrated into the panel. Question 17. Overloading your vehicle past its legal weight limit can seriously and negatively affect its. Option A, gearbox operation. Option B, journey time efficiencies. Option C, handling and steering stability. Option D, overall battery life. Correct answer is option C, handling and steering stability. Carrying excessive weight alters the vehicle's centre of gravity and puts severe strain on the suspension and tyres. This makes the steering feel unresponsive, causes the car to lean heavily during cornering, and significantly increases your stopping distance. Question 18. A vehicle suddenly pulls out of a side road directly in front of you at a junction. What should you do? Option A. Swerve past it immediately and sound your horn aggressively. Option B. Flash your main beam headlights and drive up close behind them. Option C. Slow down smoothly and be ready to stop your vehicle. Option D, accelerate past it immediately to maintain your lane position. Correct answer is option C, slow down smoothly and be ready to stop your vehicle. You must drive defensively. If someone pulls out unexpectedly, do not escalate the danger by flashing lights or tailgating out of anger. Ease off the accelerator, apply the brakes smoothly, and be prepared to stop to prevent an accident. Question 19. What does this road sign mean? Option A. Vehicles may be parked wholly on the verge. Option B. Vehicles may be parked partially on the verge. Option C. No parking on the verge or pavement. Option D. Vehicles. Towing trailers are prohibited. Correct answer is option B. Vehicles may be parked partially on the verge. This blue informational sign gives permission to park with two wheels up on the pavement or grass verge. Unless you see this specific sign in urban zones, parking on pavements is highly discouraged and often illegal. Question 20. You are turning right into a dual carriageway from a side road. What should you confirm before emerging? Option A. Stop, apply the handbrake, and then select a low gear. Option B. Position your vehicle well to the left-hand side of the side road. Option C. Check that the central reservation is deep enough to hold your vehicle. Option D. Make sure that you leave enough room for a following vehicle. Correct answer is option C. Check that the central reservation is deep enough to hold your vehicle. If the central reservation is too narrow and you try to cross in stages, the rear of your car will stick out into the live lane of traffic, creating a major crash hazard. If the gap is too small for your car's length, you must wait until both sides are completely clear. Question 21. When a pupil asks relevant questions during a driving lesson, how should the instructor respond? Option A. Answer them as fully and clearly as possible. Option B. Tell the pupil to stop asking and concentrate solely on driving. Option C. Suggest the pupil asks the question again at the end of the lesson. Option D. Write the questions down for a later discussion after the drive. Correct answer is option A. Answer them as fully and clearly as possible. Driving instructors must encourage an active learning environment. Answering a relevant question immediately helps the pupil link the theory to their practical actions behind the wheel, reinforcing safe habits while the scenario is fresh in their mind. Question 22. What does this road sign mean? Option A. Side road right. Option B. Staggered junction ahead. Option C. Turn right ahead. Option D. One-way street merges from the right. Correct answer is option A. Side road right. This warning sign alerts drivers to an upcoming side road junction on the right-hand side. The thick central line represents your priority road, while the thinner branch line indicates that traffic turning out from the side road must give way. Question 23. You intend to turn right from a main road into a side road. Just before initiating the turn, why must you check for motorcyclists? Option A. They might be attempting to overtake you on your left. Option B. They might be following your vehicle too closely behind. Option C. They might be emerging quickly from the side road ahead. Option D. They might be attempting to overtake you on your right. Correct answer is option D. They might be attempting to overtake you on your right. Motorcyclists may not realise you are turning right, or they may misjudge your signals and attempt to overtake you on your right-hand side. A final mirror check and a blind spot glance to the right before turning prevents you from turning directly into them. Question 24. Your vehicle is equipped with a fully hands-free mobile phone system. Using this while driving, option A, is completely safe as long as you reduce your speed slightly. Option B could seriously distract your attention away from the road. Option C is actively recommended as safe practice by the Highway Code. Option D could be highly beneficial for overall road safety development. Correct answer is option B, could seriously distract your attention away from the road. While using a hands-free kit is legally permitted, holding a complex conversation heavily divides your brain's processing power. It distracts you from spotting hazards, reduces your situational awareness, and increases your reaction times significantly. Question 25. What does this road sign mean? Option A. Level crossing with barrier or gate ahead. Option B. Level crossing without barrier or gate ahead. Option C. School crossing patrol ahead. Option D. Trams crossing ahead. Correct answer is option A, level crossing with barrier or gate ahead. A red triangle featuring a gated fence symbol explicitly warns of a railway level crossing equipped with gates or automatic barriers ahead. You must be prepared to stop if the signals begin to flash. Question 26. When learning to drive, a pupil must be accompanied by a supervising driver who has held a full license for that category of vehicle for option A, at least 3 years and who is at least 21 years of age. Option B, at least 4 years and who is at least 21 years of age. Option C, at least 3 years and who is at least 25 years of age. Option D, at least 4 years and who is at least 25 years of age. Correct answer is option A, at least 3 years and who is at least 21 years of age. In the UK, anyone supervising a learner driver must be at least 21 years old and have held a valid, full British or EU/EEA driving licence for that specific category of vehicle, such as Category B for cars, for a minimum of 3 years. Question 27. You are on a long motorway journey and begin to feel drowsy. What is the correct, safest course of action? Option A. Pull over onto the hard shoulder as soon as it is safe to do so. Option B. Switch on your heater to circulate warm air around the cabin. Option C. Open a window and pull into the next service area or leave at the next exit. Option D. Increase your speed slightly to reduce your total journey time. Correct answer is option C. Open a window and pull into the next service area or leave at the next exit. Pushing through fatigue is fatal. Open the window for a quick blast of fresh air to stay alert temporarily, but you must immediately exit the motorway or pull into the next service area. Take a high caffeine drink and rest for at least 15 minutes before driving again. Question 28. What does this road sign mean? Option A. School crossing patrol ahead. Option B. Children crossing. Option C. Frail pedestrians likely to cross. Option D. Pedestrian zone ahead. Correct answer is option B, children crossing. This warning triangle alerts drivers that children are highly likely to be crossing the road ahead, often near schools, parks, or residential areas. Slow down and look carefully between parked cars for young pedestrians. Question 29. Why is it dangerous to leave your rear fog lights turned on when atmospheric conditions do not require them? Option A. It makes your brake lights significantly less clear to see. Option B. It can cause your vehicle's battery to suddenly fail. Option C. It can severely overload the car's electrical systems. Option D. It can cause your direction indicators to malfunction. Correct answer is option A. It makes your brake lights significantly less clear to see. High-intensity rear fog lights are exceptionally bright. If left on in clear conditions, they will dazzle the drivers behind you, make it incredibly difficult for them to see when your brake lights illuminate, and can easily cause a rear-end collision. Question 30. You are about to reverse into a side road when you notice a pedestrian wishing to cross the road behind you. What should you do? Option A. Wave your hand firmly to signal to the pedestrian to stop walking. Option B. Give way to the pedestrian and wait until they have finished crossing. Option C. Wave your hand out the window to signal to the pedestrian to cross. Option D. Complete your reverse quickly before the pedestrian starts to cross. Correct answer is option B. Give way to the pedestrian and wait until they have finished crossing. You must always show courtesy and prioritise vulnerable road users. If a pedestrian wants to cross behind you, stop your vehicle, remain stationary, and give way to them. Never wave them across, as you cannot guarantee another vehicle won't hit them. How many did you get right? Share your score in the comments and see how you compare with other learners preparing for their theory test. If this video helped you improve your understanding of UK road signs and driving rules, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more theory test practice and revision content. Keep learning, stay confident, and best of luck with your UK driving theory test.